I am actually a cosmetologist by trade. I started I always say the beauty industry in 1998. Well, that's when I was licensed. So I actually started in 1996. 98, I was licensed and moved to Charlotte. And that began my career in the beauty industry. I've absolutely done everything in this industry. um, and that's just because when I went to school, my instructor, she was a great instructor. First off, she believed in teaching you every single thing, and you know, I wasn't afraid to do every single thing. So that's how I positioned myself in the industry. Early 2000s is when I started to actually dive into educating. And I actually had a distributor, and that distributor said, "Hey, I think that you would be really good teaching." I'm like, "Teaching? Teaching what? Teaching how to do this?" And I was like, "Okay, well, what do I have to do?" And so he sort of invited me to a class and you know, took me under his wing, and I did that. And I was like, "Oh, I really love this," but I was terrible. I felt like I was terrible. I was terrible because I didn't have enough knowledge. And so that's what I worked on from now until, well, not from now, but from that point on, I worked on just, you know, building my knowledge base. Once I built my knowledge base, and I would say I was confident in doing what I was doing. That's when I felt confident about teaching what I was doing. All right. So what's the first thing is, do I really want to do this, and why? Okay, that's the very first thing. If you don't know why, then it's going to be a little hard. It is going to be a little hard to be open minded to learn things. All right, don't limit yourself. And when I say don't limit yourself in saying that even though you know your reason why I want to do aesthetics because I want to be a waxer. Do not limit yourself and say, well, I only want to do waxing. And there's other things in the area that you need to learn. Um, don't think that because this is aesthetics and it's not, say, marketing, and you're not at a 4-year college, don't take this as a opportunity to say, oh, well, it's something easy that I can do, because it's not. It's not the case. The goal is for you to get your aesthetics license. And in order to get your aesthetic license, you have a number of things that you have to do. First, you have to pass this curriculum or any curriculum that's offered by a North Carolina Cosmetic of Art School, with 6 months of training. Pass with 6 months of training, 600 hours. That's one thing you have to do. In most schools, you have to pass a mock state board, as practical and written. All right, so we do that for you. Our mock state board is actually the same as the actual state testing. Here, we don't concentrate on that. You do start that about a month away from upon you graduating. For instance, you'll start in month 5, where you'll start prepping for state board, and you'll do like a state board boot camp. In that boot camp, you learn basically how to do the testing, how to pack for the testing, and how to do every task line that's on that test. And that's it. State board does not prepare you for real life. It is a mock test. And when I say a mock test, their primary goal is to have you to understand that you are taking care of the client in a safe and protected way through infection control and safety precautions. So we don't concentrate on that, okay? What we do concentrate on is how to do a facial. Not only how to do that facial, cleansing, toning, exfoliation, masking, massaging, but why you are doing those things. What effects are you having on the skin when you do those things? What layers of the skin are you manipulating when you do those things? That is our concentration. And if you know that, that is your basis, that is your background. And then everything going forward is just variations of how you do that. There's many layers to being an esthetician. There's many layers to doing everything in the beauty industry, and it's so specialized. Okay, so for instance, if you're just interested in makeup, well, that's a makeup artist. Technically, you need to be an esthetician to do makeup artistry. All right, so that's one area. You could just be a waxer. Okay, so if you're going to be doing a waxer, but just know that in aesthetic school, you do have to learn everything. Investment portion is very important. It is a 6-month program. It is $10,500. Okay. Um, as anything, any type of school, trade school, college, it's always an investment cost. The investment cost is either here or there. We do not accept financial aid. However, that investment is out of pocket investment. But of course, we have things that can offset that. I try not to make the program too expensive where a person can't afford it.